And the winner of a $3 million prize on a quick pick ticket purchased for the Tuesday, January 17th Mega Millions drawing.
It's a phenomenal story, and I'm kind of like trying to figure out how to even tell it to you.
The facts are extraordinary. It's an absolutely fascinating case. Probably 10 years from now, we'll be watching the Netflix special or maybe even a Hollywood movie about it.
It's amazing how many twists and turns journey those tickets have gone through.
It's the most unique case I've ever worked on.
There's someone out there, apparently, who won $3 million and didn't even know it.
On that particular day, it had gotten out of work. I decided to stop and buy a bag of potato chips and a couple of lottery tickets.
The clerk forgets to take the tickets out of the Flex Terminals tray and hand it to Mr. Little.
The next morning, I figured they must have fallen out of my pocket.
My mom made me go get her lottery tickets. There was extra tickets, so I gave them back to the cashier. Good karma, bad karma. You do good things happen. You do bad things happen. Don't touch something that's not yours.
You like to think that you do the right thing, but you know, in the moment, I don't know.
I don't believe that ticket would have ever been turned in if it was somebody else.
Then the draw is made.
Across America with mega jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
And it becomes a $3 million prize.
Somebody else was trying to claim it.
Well, I got alerted by my customer service reps and my security guard. There was an argument in the lobby. Things just didn't seem right. And as soon as it happened, it was, let's find out what's going on with this ticket.
All of a sudden, I saw the guy with the black hat. And I'm like, okay, let me just zoom it in and see. And I saw I'm like, that's him.
It was kind of amazing how our staff caught that interaction. We knew that they were lying.
He's being a good Samaritan, doing a good deed, and now look at the mess he's in, trying to do something nice to give them a ride.
We're here again for an arraignment.
She is dedicated to her sobriety. She's got services in place to do it, and she's got the will.
Charging you with larceny in a building.
That's the choice everybody faces.
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Unfortunately, this is a significant mistake. My name is Paul Little. I work as a diesel mechanic, specifically marine engines. I like figuring out problems. It's the troubleshooting, keeps my mind active.
This is the main engine, so this is what moves the boat.
I'm approaching almost 40 years of doing this. Sometimes on my way home, I would stop for gas or to pick up something I needed. I would pick up a lottery ticket or whatever. All right, thank you. I would go with a quick pick where they randomly pick the numbers for you. I never really was able to come up with a series of numbers that I thought were lucky for me. So generally what I'll do is I won't even look at them until the next morning. That's kind of my morning routine. I'll get up for breakfast, be having my coffee, I'll look at the ticket and then see if I won anything. This is my entertainment. I don't stop at a bar and I don't go to casinos. So this, to me, it was just a form of entertainment, kind of break you, kind of take your mind off of day to day. My girlfriend had had a car accident right before Christmas on December 22nd. Her right heel was shattered, so she had to go in for surgery, and her recovery was pretty intensive. So I was basically staying with her, and I would stop on my way from work, check on my house, then usually go to her house, make dinner, do laundry, clean up the house, whatever needed to be done, change the dressing on her heel. So it was a pretty long day. On that particular day, I had gotten out of work and stopped at my house, checked it out, and then decided to stop and buy a bag of potato chips and a couple of lottery tickets. I don't stop at that store regularly. It was just random.
My name is Bhumik Patel. People in Lakeville know me by Mike. We are a hardworking family, own the place in Lakeville from 2018 November till today. So 5 years. We are here to grow, to settle down. We are always going to do the right thing.
Right. Thanks, man. Thank you.
It wasn't that busy. I really didn't have a whole lot of conversation. I put the potato chips down and asked for the lottery tickets, and the clerk set the change down on the counter, and I picked everything up and walked out of the store. Went about my normal routine when I, headed to my girlfriend's house. There was a lot of things on my mind, so I was probably already thinking 2 hours ahead.
I'm Brittany Mulvihill, and I live here in Lakeville. My mom made me go get her lottery tickets.
One of the games was really high, and I didn't want to miss out on a chance of having a winning ticket of my own.
It was getting late, so went to Lakeville Liquor.
We only live like 2 minutes down the street, so I get my lottery tickets here, so hopefully to win and have more money to take care of my family and my kids and my grandkids. But isn't that everybody's dream?
She gets the same 5 tickets, comes out to $8.
Powerball, Mega Millions, Mega Bucks, Lucky for Life, and Mass Cash. Because there's 5 games, you gotta play them all. It's the one you don't play, it's the one that your winning numbers will come out.
It was just normal for me. Get my tickets, watch the screen, make sure they all come up, give her the money, and walk her away with the tickets. And the only difference was there was extra tickets. Wouldn't even be able to tell you the games they were. They were just extra tickets, and I handed them back. Didn't even bother reading them. So I gave them back to the cashier. And she said, "Oh, he left his tickets." And then I left and went home.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crow. It is Tuesday, January 17th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $20 million. To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first winning number tonight is 39, followed by 2. Up next, we have 24. That's followed by 12, and your final white ball number for this Tuesday evening is 18. Now for the mega ball number, that is also 18. Good luck and play on, America.
First reaction I got, we got the call from the stores. So we find out that, somebody won. It just feel lucky, finally, after that many years, we sold the one, a big prize.
When I got up and I made my breakfast and was having a cup of coffee, that's when I realized I'd lost the tickets. I didn't have anything to look up. I figured they must have fallen out of my pocket.
I asked my mom if it was her. She said it was not, and that was the last I thought of it until I got contacted from the state police.
My name is Dan O'Neill, and I'm the Director of Compliance and Security for the Massachusetts State Lottery Commission. There's a vetting process that goes on behind the scenes to make sure that the person that pays for the wager and ultimately claims it is the right person. It's important because without that basic understanding, the integrity of the game can be lost very quickly.
Our claim center on average is seeing almost $1 million winner almost every single day. If you possess the ticket, you are considered, for the most part, the owner of that instrument. But it really all comes down to, was the ticket lost? Is the ticket stolen? You got to remember, Massachusetts State Lottery, for the most part, is a cash transaction. So we don't actually know who the rightful owner is because there's no transaction receipts in terms of who purchased it. There are instances where an investigation could be done.
So we have video here. It just shows that the claimant coming up to the counter, she slides the ticket underneath the desk, and we validate the ticket, and it says it's a true winner. And then you can see the claimant and her boyfriend hugging each other, all excited. What they had thought that they won a $3 million prize. They started to unwind pretty quickly once they exited the lobby.
It was kind of mind-blowing, and it was kind of amazing how our staff caught that interaction.
There was an argument in the lobby that pertained to money in a payoff. To have an argument outside of our lobby, very unusual. The woman that was claiming the prize said that she was only going to pay him up to $200,000, and that's it. There's something up, and that's a red flag. The ticket was burnt. You couldn't see the physical numbers printed on the ticket. and the ticket was ripped. So anytime you have an altered ticket, you kind of pause, step on the brakes. The claimant said that she burnt it by putting a pipe on the ticket itself by accident. The boyfriend claimed that it was burnt by a candle. If you're hitting for $3 million, it would be crystal clear in your mind the exact circumstances that had transpired. I was getting none of that consistency with these two individuals when I interviewed them. So I wasn't going to pay that day. I sent one of my investigators out to the Lakeville store to obtain video.
We had like about 10, 15 different videos from the different footages about the lottery ticket moving around in the store, coming back, moving around in the store, and end of the night, the girl had it with her.
So what you see is Mr. Little coming up and putting down a bag of chips on the counter, motioning to the clerk that he wants to play the lottery. There's 2 cash registers open, so you can see the clerk going back and forth, and she forgets to take the tickets out of the Flex Terminals tray and hand it to Mr. Little. And so the tickets just sits there for over half an hour until another person comes in, and you can see the clerk doing the numbers for the player, taking the tickets that fall on the tray on top of the winning wager. And away she goes. And then 20 seconds, she comes back, hands back the 2 tickets that are not hers back to the clerk. Without that video, I wouldn't be talking to you today. And once we found out, we turned it over to the state police for further investigation. They did old school detective gumshoe work.
He got my contact from Dunkin' Donuts. They got my license plate through the drive-thru.
Can I get a medium hot latte with caramel swirl?
They actually ended up calling my husband, and they assured him that she's not in trouble, just need to talk to her, she's a witness. Some tell me I'm crazy. Others ask what it felt like to have that in my hands, and I don't think it really feels much different than having any other lottery ticket in my hands. It wasn't mine, so there was no thought of what I could have done.
She didn't know it was the $3 million ticket when she handed it back. All she knew was it didn't belong to her.
Could she have cashed that ticket?
Absolutely. So she would have been the holder of the ticket. She didn't steal the ticket. There wouldn't be any flags to know otherwise that that wasn't her ticket.
Out of the goodness of her heart, she brought back the 2 tickets that were not hers. And I'll be honest with you, it shows the goodness in people.
I don't believe that that ticket would have ever been turned in if it was somebody else. I think there was a little hand of faith in there somewhere.
Maybe if I went in 45 minutes earlier, it would have been different, but I didn't go in when my mom wanted me to. I waited till the last minute.
I just kind of carried on after that till I went back to that same store. It was about a month later.
I was just watching the camera that, what's going on, and all of a sudden I saw the guy with the black hat. So then I'm like, okay, let me just zoom it in and see. I'm like, that's him, that's him.
Yeah, I'm pretty distinctive, pretty easy to pick out from a crowd. There's no denying it's me.
So I run into him and I introduce myself. I tell him I need your number because we are looking for you from a month and a half now.
It was hard to take it all in at once. I was a little shocked.
He didn't believe it in the first stage when I was telling him, but I think he got convinced because, I was not joking.
And the fact that there were that many people out looking for me is still astounding to me.
When we actually did find him and he came in, he was wearing the exact same outfit that he did when we have him on camera purchasing the ticket.
I did not realize that the ticket had never actually been handed in to me. They didn't tell me a whole lot of details. They said that somebody else was trying to claim it. They did not tell me it was the clerk who was working that evening.
Calling the matter of Carly Nunes. Folks, we're here again for an arraignment. This was delayed. Previously, it was scheduled for earlier in June, and as I understand it, Ms. Nunes defaulted. She came to be here today. How did she come to be here today?
There was a ping on her cell phone near Shaw's. She was found residing in an immobile, somewhat burnt out trailer outside of Shaw's several weeks since the default.
Ms. Nunes, again, you understand why we're here today?
I do.
Did you take any drugs or alcohol before you came here today, ma'am?
I'm just withdrawing and I'm sick and I'm trying to get to rehab.
Is your mind clear enough to go through this proceeding today?
Yes.
It is.
I represent Carly Nunes. I'm her attorney. Substance abuse is just front and center in this case, and like so many other men and women her age. It's just so carnivorous.
As to count one, charging you with larceny in a building, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
I must say she's still young. She will learn. Criminal charges is too much for her.
As to count two, charging you with attempted larceny, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
I do think moving forward with criminal charges is the right decision in this case. Unfortunately, these individuals came in and lied multiple times, and they have, still to this day, they've had chances to admit to what they did, and they don't.
As to count three, charging you with presentation of false claims, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
I'm sure that that clerk now is probably looking back on maybe choices that she's made and realizing the significance of the charges, I'm sure, that are being brought against her. I don't think it was done with any kind of maliciousness toward me.
And as to count four, charging you with intimidation of a witness, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
I agree that she probably makes sense to Section 35, which means getting her some additional medical help right now. I'm prepared to allow that to happen so long as whatever facility she is sent to is a locked facility, but also don't want her to flee again. I think she's a flight risk.
Thank you.
That's the choice everybody faces at some point in their life, to do what's right. You have to be willing to face the consequences for that choice. She's relatively young, and people, when they're young, they make mistakes. Unfortunately, this is a significant mistake that she's made.
Calling the matter of Joseph Redham, as to count one, charging attempted extortion, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So he's charged with extortion, and allegedly he threatened to go to the police unless this person who supposedly stole the ticket shared some of the winnings with him. And I think it's going to be very challenging for them to ever establish that, and that he would actually do more than just say, hey, it looks like you just won $3 million, would you mind sharing some, which of course would not be a crime.
The Commonwealth is alleging that this defendant wanted $500,000 to remain silent about the theft of the lottery ticket.
When it comes to Joseph Redham, he's being a good Samaritan, doing a good deed. He's the one that had a car. They said, can you please drive us over? He says, of course I'll drive you over. And now look at the mess he's in, trying to do something nice to give them a ride.
The conditions of your release are you are to have no contact with the co-defendants in this matter, and you are not to engage in any gambling.
What evidence will they have that he threatened to go to the police, or that he even knew that supposedly Carly Nunes is holding a stolen lottery ticket? How will they ever prove that? That certainly remains to be seen.
Before February, I didn't even realize I had this. And I was just working. And since then, I realized I wasn't going to get it quickly, and I've had to stay working. I'll feel that level of excitement when the ticket's handed to me, but there's no ironclad guarantee that I'm going to get awarded this prize, and I haven't been awarded anything yet. How you doing?
Grand prize coordinator. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Bring it into the winner's circle.
All right. All right.
Well, this is an exciting day.
It is. It is. Thank you.
Do you have any specific items that you wish to purchase with your winnings?
Pay off my house and then also be able to fix it up.
What are one or two things about yourself that you're willing to share with us?
I enjoy being on the water. I think it's going to be nice to be able to maybe enjoy a little more time on the water instead of work, as in recreation.
This is your actual prize check. It will feel good to hold on to that.
I think it's finally sinking in.
Good morning, everyone. If Everyone is ready. Let's welcome Dan O'Neill, our Director of Security and Compliance at the lottery, and the winner of a $3 million prize on a quick pick ticket purchased for the Tuesday, January 17th Mega Millions drawing, Mr. Paul Little of Lakeville, Massachusetts.
I've got to say, I'm pretty excited today because it's real. A lot of things had to happen for me to be standing here today. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be able to do, and that's exciting. I know the church I go to, they're in need of a heating system, so definitely would be looking to contribute to that.
What do you think of the clerk who tried to claim the money?
I'm going to wish her the best. I know she's put herself in a difficult spot, but hopefully, you know, she'll work her way to a better area in life.
The first matter we have before the court is Commonwealth versus Carly Nunes. Ms. Nunes is present. She is represented by Attorney David Nagel, and the Commonwealth is represented by ADA Alexander Zane.
The joint recommendation is that the bail be reduced to personal recognizance with the condition that she be equipped with a GPS monitoring device and that she be transported to the WOTC program, which is a woman's recovery program in New Bedford. It's anticipated that after she finishes at WOTC, she'll be transitioned to a sober living house. She'll get some treatment that she needs. And it's anticipated that she'll transition to a further treatment program on a long-term basis.
I note that the defendant, she really doesn't have a criminal history at this point. I will so order that she be transferred to the WOTC facility.
Ms. Nunes, you were to wear a GPS monitor. Do you accept wearing that monitor?
I do.
You were to attend and complete the WOTC program and all aftercare programs. Do you understand that?
I understand.
And when that program is completed, you were to go to a sober house. Do you accept all this?
I do.
She's in a much better place than she was when she entered Framingham State Prison.
While you're at both of those programs, you are subject to home confinement. And you accept that?
I do.
You are also to remain drug-free, and you are to submit to random drug testing. Do you understand that?
I understand.
You were to stay away and have no contact, directly or indirectly, with Savis's liquor store.
I understand.
Thank you.
She presents as a wonderful person who, in my opinion, is dedicated to her sobriety.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good luck.
Does Joseph Robinson work here?
Yes. For me, it's technically not right to let just somebody go by even knowing that is right or wrong.
He knows what conversations he had with those folks, and he knows what he said, and he knows what he didn't say. And ultimately, it'll be up to the DA's office to see if they have believable evidence that could possibly prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he ever threatened to go to the police or even knew that he was speaking to someone who supposedly had a stolen lottery ticket.
You must be Brittany.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Paul. I just want to say thank you for what you did. The fact you brought the tickets back in and then were willing to testify. It's much appreciated. You could have kept those tickets. There's so many different ways it could have gone, and that was the first step to actually heading back towards me.
I'm happy that you got what was yours and what you deserve.
It's good to know that there's somebody who would view it the same way I would. If it wasn't my ticket, I wouldn't want to have it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll get right down to it. I know I can. I'm just not quite sure how much. I would like to give you if you want to accept. It's up to you.
It feels good to actually meet Brittany because I think it started with her. That was a small token of thanks. I'm glad that I was able to give something to her. So many things had to come together for me to get that prize. I'm still amazed by it. This has been a great house for me for 25 years. I have become attached to the house, so I think the house deserves the attention. I feel fortunate to be able to have the money to give it the attention it needs. You always think you're going to get to it, and now, you know, thankfully, I got the chance to get to it. So I still have the same pickup truck. I know I'm not going to be able to live a lavish life, but it's helped me to be a lot more at ease. You want to head inside? Yeah, so what we're stepping into here is the kitchen. So it's been all gutted out. One of the bedrooms just to my right, that was where my youngest daughter stayed. She picked the color on the wall. So it'll be all new interior doors and trim. To be able to have all the windows work, that's gonna be great. And new paint, of course, everything's gonna be painted. And I'm gonna enjoy driving up to it, you know, after I come home from work. It's gonna be a high point of my day. You never know when you're going to have good fortune come your way. I mean, I was always hoping that things would get better. I guess the biggest takeaway is you have to persevere. I think if you're a good person and you do what's right by people, that would be the biggest thing. Do the right thing.